I feel like Michael Jackson. And with this tucked behind and like the collar, I don't know, I feel like Michael Jackson right now. Hey guys, today I'm going to be filming for you with the new Laura Lee Los Angeles Nudie Patootie palette. I've never tried anything from Laura Lee Los Angeles before, and I'm going to go into everything that you guys will likely have questions on. I'm going to show you guys swatches. I'm going to talk to you about pricing, the palette, whether or not I think it's worth your money, and we're going to talk about everything. More than a review, this is going to be a first impression because I'm not drying it till today, so we don't know. Before we get into the video, make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel. I put out new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You guys can also follow me on all my other social media stuff. Everything is RawBeautyKristi. So Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, and Twitter. And let's talk about this palette. So if you guys don't know who Laura Lee is, I'm pretty sure most of you do, but if you do not, she is a YouTuber. This is Laura Lee. She created her own makeup line in, I believe it was 2017. So this is her second launch for makeup. The first was the Cat's Pajamas eyeshadow palette. I did not try that for no reason, actually. So this will be my first time ever trying any shadows from Laura Lee Los Angeles. Looks like the retail price of this palette is $45. You get 14 eyeshadows for that price. So that breaks down to $3.21 per eyeshadow. That's more expensive than like Anastasia Beverly Hills, let's say, which equal out to about $3 per eyeshadow, so it's marginally more expensive. So the Nudie Patootie eyeshadow palette has 8 matte shades, 4 shimmer shades, and 2 foiled eyeshadows. It says here it provides a creamy, easily blendable eyeshadows that offer an extensive range of neutrals with a few pops of color. This is the unit carton here. It's actually really nice. I like it. It's simple. It has the brand's logo on it. I like the name Nudie Patootie. I think it's actually really cute. This is the packaging. It reminds me a lot of like KKW or Kylie packaging. These are the eyeshadows. It's actually really pretty. It's a huge palette. It's very large. Like you can see how it is in my hands. It's like ABH palettes are about this large, and so you get a lot larger size of a palette, but it's not too big. I actually love the size of it, and I like how it feels in my hands. It's a really nice, like I would travel with a palette this size because it's really thin and it's not like overly bulky. It's got a huge ass mirror in it too. Look at that. Upon first opening it, the colors are obviously, it's a nude palette. That's what it is, Nudie Patootie. So I don't go into it thinking it was gonna be rainbow shades, so I'm not disappointed that it isn't rainbow shades. It looks really pretty. It looks like this is something that you could 100% use as an everyday palette. Compared to something like the ABH Soft Glam eyeshadow palette, which I have done a review on this up here, that's a lot more warm tones, deeper shades. This is a lot more clearly nude. Weird. This palette was actually sent to me by Laura Lee. She reached out to me on Twitter and asked me if she could send me over the Nudie Patootie palette, and I was like, oh, first of all, thank you. Second of all, yeah. I self-tanned the other day, which I put up in a video that I'll put up here. I showed you guys how I self-tan with Loving Tan, and I love the way that it looks. My body is like so bronzy, but I didn't bring it onto my face, so you can see it stops right here. So just so you guys know, I'm aware my neck is tan and that the rest of my face is completely white. I'm gonna review this palette as if it were the Kylie palette, as if it were KKW. I'm not gonna treat it as if I'm reviewing a YouTuber's product because that can feel a little weird. If I get too much in my head and think, oh, I'm reviewing a person that is one of my peers that works in the same category that I do, it can feel a little scary because this is not just like Revlon that I'm reviewing. And if you're like, this palette sucks, you're telling that to Revlon's palette. Revlon doesn't really care. I mean, they do, but this is different. This is a person that's my peer, but I'm gonna let that go and just review this palette as it is, an eyeshadow palette. If I do like it, I'll let you know. If I don't like it, I'll let you know. All right, so we're gonna do swatches, even though I hate swatches. Stark, undressed, topless, streaking, uncover, strip, bare, exposed, au natural, damn, reveal, and jaybird. Ooh, butt naked, buff, and naked. So these are all the swatches here. They actually swatched really nicely. The shimmers swatch really, really nicely. I mean, mattes, eyeshadow swatches don't mean anything, but these are actually really interesting feeling. They're almost like so softly pressed in here that they feel like pressed pigments or glitter. I think they probably are. And I think these are the ones I would imagine on this little card. It says here, Au Naturel and Jaybird are recommended to use a glitter glue or a wet brush. I could see them applying well with your finger though, if I'm being honest with you, because they went really well in swatches. I'm gonna listen to the instructions though, because I'm a rule follower. It's got the really, really satisfying soft touch packaging too that feels like NARS packaging. Oh, how cute is that shit? It says her name, YouTube Laura88 Lee. This has a 12-month shelf life. It is cruelty-free, recyclable. It's made in the USA. There are 14 shades at 0.06 ounces or 1.65 grams per pan. All right, I'm gonna go wash these swatches off my arm and then we are gonna move on and do a look. I wonder if it's gonna be a nude look. I don't know. I have no idea what kind of look I'm gonna do with this palette. Not a damn clue. I feel like I want to use Strip though. It's a matte golden mustard. So I've already primed my eyelids. I used the Colourpop No Filter Concealer. I did not set my eyelids with powder because it helps my shadows be a lot more pigmented if I don't. So that's the 411 on that. Oh, damn. I have no idea what kind of look I'm doing. I'm just like kind of just starting. This is the Makeup Addiction Expert Blender. So far this is blending like immediately very nicely. Pigment is definitely there. It's not clinging in any weird spots at all. Oh, I love this brush. I love this brush with my entire heart. Okay, this is a style of color that I feel like I've been looking for a while. I love a good mustard shade, and this is described as a matte golden mustard, and I would say pretty accurate. A lot of people had a lot of beef with the Cat's Pajamas palette being, I heard a lot of complaints of people saying that they didn't like the die cut mirror, which I guess I understand. I don't like things obstructing my mirror. A lot of people had complaints regarding the flower design on the inside and then feeling like the palette didn't have a cohesive theme to it. I don't have an opinion one way or the other. I don't own the palette, and that's just up to your personal interpretation. I think packaging's not nearly as important as the product within. I do feel that they took those things into consideration though with this palette. I don't see any of the things that people can complain about. In fact, this packaging is really aesthetically pleasing for me. This is a color that I really didn't expect to be in this palette, like a golden mustard, given that it's all nudes, but I like that it's in here and I like the shade a lot. It doesn't look as blended on camera as it does in person for sure. It's my lighting, dude. I gotta figure it out. I'm investing in new equipment for YouTube because I take this very seriously and I wanna do the best job that I can. I'm gonna get some new lighting, but the lights I want are expensive as dick, so I'm definitely not excited about that. Okay, why am I just piling on this mustard shade? Okay, that blended out perfectly. This is the part of my eye. It doesn't matter what look I do, no matter what brush I use, no matter what eyeshadow I use, this part of my eyes never look blended. It's this one side. Everybody's got their stupid side, and this is mine. I'm gonna go in now, I think with Butt Naked. I'm gonna take it on my Smith 230 brush. I can't find my Makeup Addiction one, the one I just raved about. Upon first application, these colors go on more pigmented and deeper than I feel like they're going to based on the way that they look in the palette. This color in the palette looks like a very muted, soft nude that wouldn't have a lot of deep pigmentation to it, but that's not the case at all. It doesn't look like it would apply this dark. I don't know if you guys agree. I'm really surprised. So I think I'm gonna take the shade Bear up here, this light guy, and I'm going to just use a little bit of that on my same fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna blend those two shades together with that guy, just to change the tone a little bit. I see people immediately when things like this launch or when things like this get announced, so many people jump on the bet it's gonna suck, bet it's gonna be shitty. It's like Schadenfreude or whatever it's called. It's like people want it to fail. They don't want it to necessarily, but they secretly get happy when it does fail. I think a lot of times when a YouTuber comes out with an eyeshadow palette or any product in general, a lot of people are ready to give it a somewhat negative review because they're like thinking, how could a YouTuber come out with something high quality? They're almost like ready for it to fail. And so a lot of people go into it like with a fine-tooth comb and they're ready to shit all over it. And I think that you're gonna have a hard time doing that with this. I'm just saying. I'm gonna go with Nakey here. I like that the names are all nude themed too. There definitely is cohesion with this palette. This is the Luxie 237 blending brush. I think that was another big complaint with the Cat's Pajamas eyeshadow palette. And again, I haven't tried it, so I can't give my opinion. But that people were like, well, it's called Cat's Pajamas. It's glitter, roses, and the names don't really fit the overall theme. That was a lot of people's beef with the first palette, and this one is definitely cohesive. So if that's what you're looking for, Nudie Patootie. Well, that color's pretty. So far, I'm really impressed with the way that these are all blending. I haven't had any issue with pigment, with patchiness, or anything. Like, these are all just gliding right on. The pigment that I expect them to have, they have. I ain't mad at it. All right, I'm gonna go in with my Colourpop No Filter Concealer. I'm gonna do a cut crease. I'm not doing the cut that I have done a few times in the past where it's cut out in the center. I'm actually gonna do one similar where it's like the front and then it fades out into the outer portion. For a palette like this is one of your everyday wearable. You buy this because you know that you're gonna use neutrals a lot. If you're going to work appropriate. Absolutely, this is work appropriate. If you are wanting something that is super user-friendly, that is this palette. As long as you are looking for a really everyday neutral palette, I think you'll like this, honestly. I have seen the issue going around that people don't think this would work on deeper skin tones. I'm not sure about that myself because I obviously have fair skin. So I would highly recommend researching for yourself, or I will try to link some videos in the description of this video if anyone has tried this on deeper skin tones to see if the colors do show up. That is one issue that I have seen because these shades are light, but actually in person, I think that specifically this bottom row down here definitely looks like it would show up. These shimmer shades 100%, they're so beautiful. I can't personally speak on that, so I would definitely recommend watching other reviews and getting a general idea of whether or not you think that this will work, just depending on what you're looking for. So it says on there to use a damp brush for the best results on the two colors that I'm about to use, which are Au Naturel and Jaybird. So I'm going to spritz that same brush with some Fix Plus. I'm gonna start off with Au Naturel, which is this gold shade here. It also says you can use a glitter glue. I don't want it. That sounds like a lot of, I don't want to do that right now. I'm gonna try it with my finger and see if I get a better result. Oh, 100%. I prefer that with my finger for sure. I feel like with a brush, it's definitely not, I don't know, I just don't feel like it's giving me exactly the amount of pigment that I'm looking for with a brush, even when it's wet. I'm gonna go in with Jaybird on the brush and see if maybe that's the one. Oh, it is a flaky shadow, so you're gonna wanna be careful with it because it starts to, I'll show you while I'm dipping into it, but it kind of flakes around because it's so softly pressed in there. Ooh, it's like a duochrome. Oh. It looks like goldy one way and then like pinky gold the other way. Ooh, pretty. That one performs better with a brush, I feel. Whoa, whoa. It says on there that you need to wet your brush, but when I just went in with that dry, I feel like that's applying really well. Yeah, that's dry. That's a dry brush and it's like totally going on really well. Patting those colors in together, make sure they blend. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with some of Butt Naked again, and I'm just going to tap that over the edge so that it blends in. I'm gonna throw some Urban Decay Demolition on my waterline real quick. This is the brown liner instead of like a solid black. I just feel like that'll work better for this look. Oh, You bitch. All right, so I think what I'm gonna do from here is throw on a pair of lashes. I'm gonna come back with my foundation on and everything. And then I am going to finish off the lower lash line. I'm gonna try some of the other colors, like brighten up my inner corner, my brow bone and everything like that, so we can try some of the other shades. And then I'm gonna give you guys my final thoughts on this palette from the first impressions. I'm gonna go do the rest of my face and I will be right back. What the fuck are you doing here, son? Nobody invited you. Okie dokie, so I've obviously got the rest of my face done and I'm ready to move on to the rest of my eyes. I will tell you guys what I used. My foundation is the Covergirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir. My contour slash bronzer is the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette. My highlight is the ABH Amrezy Highlighter. Lashes are Farrah. Number 12 from Huda Beauty. They are the Faux Mink collection. And then my lips are the KKW gloss in Super Nude, the Colourpop and Laura Lee collaboration, the gloss in WHAM, and then a little bit of, you guessed it, Wet n Wild Mochalicious. And I'm gonna finish off the eyes. I wanna smoke out my lower lash line. I'm gonna go take some cool Instagram photos. A little bit of a shameless promo. I've been doing some cool ass Instagram photos. We've been really getting artsy with photography. I'm really interested in it right now. So not so much the photography portion as I am the photo editing side. I am literally obsessed with photo editing right now. So if you guys have not yet, you should go check out my Instagram. Please do. If you haven't yet, please hit follow. It means the world to me. It's like my new thing. I really like photography. I'm just really into editing the photos and Zach's taking them. And I feel like he's doing such a good job. So shameless promo, please go follow me on Instagram or else it will hurt my feelings. Okay, so I'm going to finish off my lower lash line. For that, I think I'm gonna go in with, oh God. I feel like these colors aren't gonna be deep enough, so I need to go in with Butt Naked and Nakey Nakey. I know that there's a lot of colors I haven't used in this palette yet, but it's kind of the name of the game. I can't really use them all. Maybe I'll have to just try it again in a future video. I love the way that the base makeup turned out today. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of that strip, which is that yellow shade, just so it all kind of is cohesive, and I'm just running that pretty low down. I find if you want a really like grungy, super smoky eye, run it even below your eye bag. Like you don't have to stay in that general region. If you just run it lower, it just looks even grungier. I don't know, I just find it looks even better to me. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of that Nakey Nakey shade and then run it right up to the lash line just to really deepen it. I'm just gonna throw some mascara on my lower lashes and then we are done. We are not done. No, I need to put some of those lighter shades on. I think I'm gonna go in with the shade Stark here and I'm gonna really brighten up my inner corners. Ooh. Super bright. I'm just tossing a little bit of that same shade on my brow bone. Just a taint. And this is the finished look. All right, so I'm gonna give you guys my final thoughts on the palette and let you guys know what I think and if I think it's worth your money. I'm gonna let you know that I am shocked and surprised. Not that I was expecting it to be bad, but you know, you see a lot of buzz and circulation around things online and you maybe expect them to be one way or the other. I had never tried anything from Laura Lee Los Angeles before, so I didn't know what to expect at all. What I can say is I didn't think I'd be able to create such a deep eye look with a palette that looked so light. Maybe it's just because my eyes naturally shoot towards these lighter shades and think, well, what am I even gonna use those for? They're not as light as they appear in the pan. I don't know what that is, but when they're on your eyes, they really show up deeper. I love that strip shade so much. I'm really, really happy with Nakey Nakey and how deep it really is. I think Jaybird and Au Natural are beautiful. I think if you're looking for a really nice neutral eyeshadow palette, I gotta say, I really don't think you'll be disappointed in this. I don't, because these colors blend out seamlessly. The pigmentation is, when I say the pigmentation is there, it's more than it looks like it's gonna be in the palette, which I didn't know to be possible. I have seen that a few people have been having issues with the pans popping out of the palettes, I think, during arrival or shipping. I didn't have any issues. My pans were completely intact, no breakage or anything like that. I'm assuming if that is the case and you do get a palette that does have the pans that have fallen out, that you would contact contact the customer service and that they will help you. I can only imagine that's the case, but I have to say I am pleasantly surprised by this palette. I also like that it's not super warm toned. You do have that yellow mustard shade in there if you want to go more warm toned, which obviously I mean, I love that shade so much. Given how large of an eyeshadow palette it is and how many shades you're getting, I don't think it's a bad deal at all. The palette is more expensive than, let's say, like an ABH palette. This is one of those palettes that I feel like would be best suited for someone working who wants something that they can easily reach for. This is on par, I would say, similar category as like a soft glam palette. Those are like easy, everyday, grabbable palettes. We do not accept returns or exchange on blah, blah, blah. Makeup can only be returned if unopened and unused. So it looks like on their return policy on Laura Lee Los Angeles, you are unable to return items if you've already used them. So if you open this palette and you use it and you don't like it, you are stuck with it, it looks like. So that's unfortunate. I don't know if that's gonna change in the future. I hope it will, because we all know it's kind of sucky when you buy something you don't like it. It does come with a little bit more of a risk if you don't like it, but it's kind of up to you and your discretion. So I'm not telling you definitely go out and buy this. Buy it at your own discretion. If you feel like you think it looks really nice and you can't live without it and you want to support Laura and you want to buy the palette, then I review a lot of makeup and this is on par and up there with a lot of the high quality shadows that I use often. So thank you, Laura Lee, for sending it my way, and thank you guys for watching. Let me know, have you guys picked it up? Are you planning to get it? And if you did, are you liking it? It is so bloody hot in this room. All I want to do is get out of it. These lights are absolutely killing me. I'm gonna go, but thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I upload new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You guys can also follow me on all my other social media stuff. Everything is RawBeautyKristi. So Instagram, which you guys should because of the pictures. Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat. That was out of order. Felt weird to say it. And I thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you at my next video. Bye! Before we get into the video, you know what? I know some of you guys might like these, but you know what? I can't do it. I thought I could. It says here it provides a creamy, easy, blended. I feel like this background is the wrong choice. I should have gone with my pink background. Oh well. I'm gonna re-say that because I sound like a bitch. Is this orange now? Yes. Son of a bitch. I don't know. I might still be orange. If I am, I'm really sorry. Yeah, he cleaned my entire makeup room. I'm orange again. I'm totally orange again. Watch this. Orange is gonna go away, BRB. This camera, I don't know why it keeps going warm. I literally have a custom white balance set. Why is this happening? I don't know why it happens, dude. It's so irritating. And once again, I'm orange. I'm gonna have a shit fit. Am I getting orange again? You just woke up from a nap and now it's not your time to come over here. We're gonna turn orange again in a second. You guys ready? Orange time. Come on, Boogie. I think these are blending. So far, I am really impressed. I'm so impressed. Where are you? But where did you go? Colourpop? Hello? So that's not what it's made for. But I can't speak on that, so I definitely I can't personally speak on that, so I would definitely I had some eyeshadow on my finger. So I'm gonna do swatches for you, I'm gonna do swatch. I feel like I'm definitely still orange. Fucking ass dick. Where's my makeup addiction brush? My little guy, where are you? My little baby? This will not do. Where are you, makeup addiction? Zach cleaned my entire makeup room. I know. How sweet is that? So irritating. Help me, Canon. Why? Okay, I need my makeup addiction brush or I'm gonna get mad and I'm gonna throw a fit. I'll use this for now. No, I won't. I'm gonna get the good brush. I have seen some people saying that they don't think this would work. Can I spit it out? This whole time there's probably been a lawnmower in the background. I love the sun, but I love the sun. But I don't love it when you ruin my background, son, so. All right, and I think I look orange again. God. Do I look orange? Yes. I look with a palette that looked so light nude shaded. What? I definitely will be using the ABH subculture. What? The palette is more expensive than like an Anastasia Beverly Hills. And this is just a very neutral palette, so if you're into super colorful, I can't say that word, colorful. I feel like my attitude was so off in this video. Like, I don't know what it is, but I'm so hot right now and I have so much going on in my personal life that I just haven't talked about on YouTube that I feel like I'm like just very serious today. I'm just like, here's an eyeshadow palette and I'm going to review it for you. Have a good day. I guess moods fluctuate though. Sometimes if I'm not like fully on in my videos, I get comments, people being like, are you sick? And I'm like, no, I'm human. You see, there's a cat hair on my face.